but before that, oh, nope, this isn't what I wanted. I wanted this one. Okay, yesterday was parallel. We're going to talk about perpendicular today. But first, this is still parallel. Write an equation of the line that passes through the given point and is parallel to the given line. Okay, do number 2 and do number 3. You just, on a separate sheet is fine. I'm going to collect your homework and have your name on it, and I'm going to hand out guided notes for today. As well. So did you see the video? Did you do that? No.
I know it was like a formula, so I just graphed it.
Okay. All right. How about sit? Yeah. How did you get all that?
I just looked at what was in the book and I wrote it into the form.
Okay. So this is where you make sure you're gonna have to show how to get to that final answer. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. And that one over there. Okay. Alright, so I need you to at least try this one. Okay, I'm working on getting somebody in your first grade study hall to kind of work with your number. Alright, right here, no decimals. No decimals for slope. Keep your slope unless I specifically say. Got it? No decimals for slope. Not bad. Did you work last night? Check. What period you studying in? Alright. Yeah, you do. That's a good one. Poster child. You usually show your work really well too.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mess up for you, so. Three? Well, I couldn't do it.
I was too concerned about the ones that have
That what?
I had stuff on the back.
Yeah.
Most devices.
Yep, so this is where here, you're gonna have to show me how to do this. Do the work there. This is good here. Yeah, that's fine. Number one's fine. Number one's fine. Number two, though, you have to, that should be number 3, actually.
Number 3. Yeah.
Number 3 is this one here.
3, 6.
Okay. Yep, so you have to get wide by itself for those. And 3, you need to make sure you show me how to do slope formula for those. Spread that out a little bit. Okay. Okay, so what you got?
If I'm doing this, I'm doing speed. Can you do
That's yours.
I didn't know that we were supposed to solve it, so I just put in
Okay, then you finish. All right, so here's the deal. Make sure you look at the notes you took in class. To kind of give you an idea of what you're doing. So that for all of you sitting back, maybe you take it to that last step. Okay. So we want to do that. Did I think it said that? Hey, did you get the homework online? Right, that's good. Right there. This one, don't write that as a 1.5, keep it as 3 hands back. Okay, and right here, let's see. Which one's number 2? Okay, you need to write it in. All right, write your final equation and go ahead and write it in slope-intercept form to get the y by itself before you're done. I know it doesn't say it, so I'll tell you that here. Distribute, yep, distribute that. All right, what you got? Homework? Yeah. Okay. Did you put those two on there? Yeah. What were you thinking? I'm collecting it. Homework?
What? Mine in the house.
Oh, it's all right, go ahead, lay homework. All right, name, say your name on it. Yeah, name on it. Oh, you weren't here. Were you able to look on it online? Okay. Did you get a chance to look at it? No? Okay. Look at that if you would, just so you can get caught up. We do a little bit of the same stuff today. You do good job. All right, maybe we ever get it? Yeah. All right, you weren't here yesterday. I'll get you the guys. Let's see here. All right, that's a good job. And that's actually really good job. Name on it? Nice. Let's see, yesterday, so we got some guided notes. Let's see, they're in here. Yep.
I didn't get everything.
You didn't get one for today?
Thank you.
Mason, who else was at yesterday? Aiden? And this is just the blank sheet for the guided notes from yesterday so that you have that. All right, make sure you know how to do this. Pay attention for number 1, and then everybody's fair game for number 2 here, or the second one. Volunteer for number, or the first one. Mason?
Just want me to give you the answer? Or
Go, walk me through it.
Alright, so you do y plus 3.
What equation are you starting with? I like to write the whole thing out first and then substitute it, just so that we can show it. So what equation are you starting with?
Y equals negative 2x minus 5.
All right. And then what are you doing with that? All right.
Well, I just wrote it like how I was telling you. Like I just did y plus 3 equals negative 2.
Equals negative 2?
Yeah. That's what I did.
That's what you're doing?
Yeah.
That's what I want to start with. So I wanted to.
That's how I started.
Okay, good. So I just wanted to list the general form. So we got that general form. What's the slope that we're going to use, Mason?
2. Negative 2.
Okay, so since that slope is written in y equals form, the slope is negative 2. And so now what he's doing is he's taking this point, plugging in the y for here, the x for there. So tell me what to write again, Mason.
Y plus 3
Good.
equals negative 2. Then x minus 0.
Yep, minus 0. Now, it's always a minus, and if it is a negative, minus a negative automatically becomes a plus. If you just want to make it y plus 3 on that first step, boom, fine. You can do that. You don't have to make it y minus a negative. It'll still become y plus 3. Now, for all of these, we want to go to slope-intercept form. We're going to get y by itself. Okay, so keep going, Mason.
So then y plus 3 equals negative 2x plus 2.
One little mistake. What's negative 2 times 0?
0.
It's just a 0. So that is just plus 0, not 2. Now, what do I need to do for my last step?
Add 3. No, subtract 3.
Subtract 3. I want to get this y by itself, y by itself. And so I get y equals negative 2x. Now remember, you can only put the 3, you can't put the 3 with a 2. And so I get negative 2x minus 3 for that. So that'll be my equation. So we're going to start with, we need a point and we need the slope. Okay, for all cases, I'm going to start with this. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. and I need to know a point on the line, and I need to know the slope. Well, in this case, slope's 1/4. Slope's 1/4 for that one. And then I substitute in, and then I go from there. Okay, Jeff, tell me what to do.
I actually didn't get to this one, but I could probably just do it real quick.
Well, no, you're just gonna tell me what to do.
Would it be y minus 2
Yes, because the y value is 2. Correct. Okay.
equals 1/4?
Okay.
X minus -4.
X minus -4. Now, minus a negative becomes a what, Jeff?
Positive.
Good. So it becomes x plus 4. So I'm going to write that step. That is, and I got it written over there, that is your point slope form. If the directions say point slope form, boom, stop, done. But we're not done, as I want you to go slope intercept form. Distribute the 1/4. So from here, so Emily, what's going to happen here next?
You do y minus 2 equals 1/4 x plus 1.
Good. 1/4 times 4. Use your calculator, or you might know it. Plus 1. Good. So we're getting a step closer. Last step.
You plus 2 on both sides.
Plus 2 on both sides. Good. Plus 2 on both sides. I get y equals 1/4 x. And then when I add 2 on both sides, I get 3. Okay. So I got that. So -2x minus 3 for the one, 1/4 x plus 3 for the other. Okay. So there's your two answers. I wanted to hit that again. We're going to do a lot of the same stuff. A lot of the same stuff here today, but instead of parallel, we're going to talk about perpendicular. Now, I said yesterday, what are perpendicular lines? All right, Lucas? They cross at a right angle. Two lines are perpendicular. Okay, right here is one. Here's the other, if that is a right angle. All right, I'm going to call that line A here. Let me put it on here. So this is line A. Okay, and line B we say is perpendicular to it. The slope of A. The slope of A, I don't know what the number is, but is it positive or negative? The slope of A. Austin?
Positive.
It's positive. It goes uphill. The slope of B. Hold on. Austin, is it positive or negative?
Negative.
Okay, they have to be opposite signs. So that is a positive slope. This is a negative slope. There's only one exception. That's if I have a vertical line and a horizontal line. Those are always perpendicular. Let's see if we remember anything. What's the slope of a horizontal line? Ryan, do you remember?
0.
Yes, it is 0. What is the slope? Very good. Slope is 0. What's the slope of a vertical line? Zach? Undefined. So that is the only case where it's one's not positive and one's not negative. We'll get a undefined and we'll get 0. All right. Hold on here. What's that? Oh, this was from the homework. I'm going to look at the homework. Okay, a little bit closer, just to make sure, see if you're making any mistakes and where you're making them. We do have a quiz next Tuesday. Christmas is not that far away. So the reason I say that is there's not a lot of summative grades left. So we got the quiz Tuesday, and we'll probably have one more quiz. And then we do have what's called final or semester exams in here. So there's a big test over the whole semester right before Christmas break. It does not count towards your 9 weeks grade. Jeff, that excites you?
Yes, very.
Good. Me too. We'll review for that one. But like I said, the reason I say that is there's not a lot of summative grades left. So you need to take a look at where your grade's at. Okay, and think about that. So we will have a quiz Tuesday over all this. I want to look at this a little bit closer before I give it back. Okay, we talked about parallel yesterday. Parallel, same slope. Well, these can't be the same slope if they're crossing. They can't be the same slope. But here's the deal with perpendicular. Okay, two lines in the same plane that intersect to form right angles are perpendicular lines. All right, non-vertical lines are perpendicular if and only if their slopes are negative reciprocals. Do you have any idea what that means? Negative reciprocals.
Basically, like flipped fraction.
Flipped fractions. And the negative means one of them's positive and one of them's negative. So let's see. You got a little bit of room before it says example 1. So just this would be a case. If a slope for a line is 3/2, what would be a slope perpendicular to it? It has to be its negative reciprocal. Okay?
Negative 2/3.
Negative 2/3. So these would be perpendicular. Now here's a little symbol for perpendicular. It's like an upside down T. You seen it? Does that look familiar? I got one yes. I got one no. All right. So this right here, this little symbol, it's like shorthand for perpendicular. Okay, like an upside down T. So if I have M equals negative 4/7, what would be perpendicular to that? Positive 7/4. Okay, good. That's the reciprocal part. Now, one thing you got to watch. What if I give a constant? What if M is 3? Okay, I'll say the slope is 3. Ava? Yep, think about it. It's 3/1 would be negative 1/3. So these are all perpendicular. So negative 2 is here. They give you that graph. 1/2 is here. They're going to hit at right angles. Negative 2 and 1/2 are opposite reciprocals or negative reciprocals. Okay, so at least we're able to identify them. Now, it's similar to yesterday. I'll give you a line. You got to tell me whether they are perpendicular, but you got to get y by itself for each of them. You can't just look at it and say A, B, and C. So let's do that for this one. So for A, y is by itself. What's the slope for A? Damien? 4. You can say 4 or 4/1. Doesn't matter. Slope is 4. All right, now you got to be careful because you make a mistake in solving it, you're going to get the slope wrong. All right, how about line B? Got to get what by itself? Got to get y by itself. All right, so Maya, what do you think I need to do? What would you do to get y by itself?
Subtract it.
Subtract what?
4. For 3.
Hold on. It's on this side right here. Everything. So start with this term that has the y. If there's anything else over there, you got to move that first. So what else is on that same side?
The x.
How do I move it?
Subtract it.
Yep. Now we got that. All right. So subtract x. Subtract x. What should I write when I subtract x, though? Mason.
4y equals x minus, no. 4y equals negative x plus 3.
You got it. The negative has to stay with the x. You can't actually add them together, so you get negative x plus 3. All right. Now, Carly, what do you think I need to do for last?
Divide 4.
Divide by 4. Now, I don't want any. Divide everything by 4. I don't want any decimals at this point. So I get y equals negative x over 4. Just make that negative 1/4 x. Now, for the y-intercept is not as critical. You could give me a decimal there, but 3/4 is fine. So just make that 3/4 because we're only looking at the slope. Alex, what's the slope of that line?
Negative 1/4.
Negative 1/4, he says. So m equals negative 1/4. So I got 2 slopes. All right, third one. I got to get that line by itself, or I got to get that y by itself. Looking at that one, Mason. First step.
Plus 2x on both sides.
Good. Plus 2x. Tell me what to write.
Negative 8y
Okay.
equals 2x plus 16.
Plus 16. Good. Now divide everything by negative 8. Divide everything by negative 8.
So
All right. And what do you think?
y equals 4, negative 4x.
Not negative 4. Lucas?
Negative 1/4 x
Negative.
plus 2.
negative 1 over 4 because the 2 is smaller than the 8. Negative 1 over 4x. And then what'd you say for the y? Minus 2. All right, good. What's its slope, Lucas?
Negative 1 over 4.
Okay, so now you got to tell me which ones are perpendicular. Okay, which ones are perpendicular? Addie?
Line B and C.
B and C are perpendicular. No, they are.
Oh, that's
B and C are what?
parallel.
Parallel. So which ones are perpendicular, Reese?
A.
A and what?
B.
A and B are perpendicular. What else, Austin?
A and C.
Good. So A and B, and here's what you can do. You can say R, and you can give me that little symbol. That's absolutely fine. And then A and C are perpendicular. Boom, you can give me that little symbol. That's perfect. So you got to list those. So I got to see that, and then we're good there. So you get Y by itself. All right, let's do what we did yesterday. You guys here, give me the slopes for the first two. Do the slope equation. You guys in the middle, do the second set of numbers. And you guys over here on the end, you guys do the third set of numbers. Do M equals, and then we want to list those. And I'm going to at least start them up here. So line A. Not line A, line A. Negative 2, 1, and 0, 3. Line B, 4, 1, 6, 4. Line C, 1, 3, and 4, 1. Reduce it if it can reduce. Okay, you do your slope form. Do M equals the y2 minus y sub 2 minus y sub 1. Okay, and I'm just going to write it out, the slope formula for each of them. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. For that. All right, so for the first one, tell me what order to subtract. Addie.
3 minus 1.
Okay.
And then on the bottom, 0 minus negative 2.
Okay. And then what's that equal?
2 over 2.
2 over 2, which becomes what?
1.
1. All right, so we got slope of 1 for that one. Middle. Diana.
I got 3 over 2.
She got 3 over 2, so you did what? 4 minus 1 over what?
6 minus 4.
And that gives me 3 over 2. Leave that. Don't make it 1.5. Don't do anything else. So I get 3 over 2. All right. And Taryn, how about the last one? What order did you subtract?
1 minus 3.
Okay.
4 minus
1 minus 3 is what? Negative 2. 4 minus 1 is 3. Negative 2/3. All right. Now take a look at all three slopes. All right. Are any of them perpendicular?
B and C.
B and C. So B and C are perpendicular. Good. So B and C are perpendicular. So we got that. So make sure you find those slopes. So we keep practicing all this. You guys are getting good, a lot better than in the beginning. Make sure you write down, if you only found the slope of one of them, but make sure you write down the other slopes. Don't just have it blank. At least write down what the other slopes equal. So like line A, slope is 1. Line B, slope is 3/2. Line C, slope is negative 2/3. If something has a slope of 4/3 and another line has a slope of 3/4, are they perpendicular? Alex?
No.
No, because one of them has to be negative. Are they parallel? No, because they have to be the same. Exactly the same for parallel. So these would be neither. You can have lines that are neither. All right, are we on the back? Okay. Write a line, or write an equation of the line that passes through negative 3, 1 and is perpendicular to the line. Y equals 1/3 x plus 3. Let's go. Your final answer in slope-intercept form. Final answer in slope-intercept form for that one. All right, take it. I want you to think through it. We'll do it together here in a second. To write a line, there's two things we need. We need a point on the line, and we need the slope of the line. Okay, point on the line, and we need the slope. Okay, all right, what point do they give us? They give us negative 3, 1. Now, we need the slope. What slope am I going to use? So we know that's what's going on here. What slope should we use, Mason?
1/2.
No. Now.
-3.
No. Now, here's why. The line that we are looking for is perpendicular to this line. This line has a slope of 1/2. I want a perpendicular slope. What would be perpendicular, Reese?
Would it be -2/1?
Negative 2/1. You got to flip it because we need to use the perpendicular slope. So for this one case here, we're going to use m equals -2 or -2/1. So now I got y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x1. And now we substitute in. Jeff, do you know how to substitute in?
Yeah.
All right, tell me what to put where.
So it'd be y minus 1.
Good, because my y coordinate is 1. Very good. Equals.
-2.
Got it.
And then x minus -3.
And a minus and negative always becomes a what?
So it'd be plus 3.
I think we've done it enough. You can put +3. Okay, if you're okay with that, put a +3. Now I got to solve it. It's not in slope-intercept form. So I get y minus 1 equals -2x. Distribute -2 times 3 is -6. Add 1. Y equals -2x minus 5. Okay, y equals -2x minus 5. That's perpendicular to the original line. Perpendicular to them. So if you graph them, they cross at right angles. All right, I think we got one more, right? All right, think about this one. Think about it. I still want it in slope-intercept form when we're done. Before they gave us the equation, I got to do something first here. What are you going to do that line, Alex?
You have to subtract 8 to do.
And what's your final goal, though? Tell me what you're going to get.
What do you mean?
I don't disagree with you, but then what do you have to do to this equation? Or what are you doing to this equation?
Getting the y by itself.
That's what I want. Get y by itself. Get y by itself. So take 8x minus 2y equals 2. And he said subtract 8x. And write this as -2y equals -8x plus 2. Now, I still need to divide by what? -2. Watch your signs here, because if you miss this sign, then everything will kind of go a little bit haywire. That gives me y equals -8 divided by -2 is what? +4. 2 divided by -2 is -1. It says I want a perpendicular line. What slope do I actually use? The slope of this line is 4, but what slope do I actually use? Okay, Ryan?
-1/4.
Good, -1/4. After that, you don't need this line anymore. This is like garbage. You don't need it. You just use it to get the slope. I do know the point. The point is 4, -3. And then I get y minus y sub 1 equals m times x sub 1, and I plug those in. And now y minus -3, that becomes y plus 3. M is -1/4 times x minus 4. Y plus 3 equals -1/4 x. What's -1/4 times -4? Anybody got that? +1. Good. Plus 1. And let's see here. Subtract 3. Y equals -1/4 x minus 2. Nothing different from what we've been doing. This is all finding equation of lines. And then from like the beginning of the week to now, there's been a lot of improvement. Right. Okay. I had to split this up because I didn't like all the problems from the first page. So page 203, 18 and 20. All right, I want you to get started now. 18 and 20 on those two pages, and 236, 10 through 13. Okay, so just 18 and 20 for those. All right, who's all missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Abby, we need to get done with these 18 and 20 pages here. Was that it? Okay, all right. Maddie, you need to get down with these 3 before you leave. What's the first one look like? Number 18. Okay, 18 and 20 are like the two we just did. All right, so 18 and 20, just like the two we just did.
Right. Flip this into.
Yeah, you can flip it. Yeah. Yep. Oh, there are no more. Hold on here. I got one back here. You what? No, that's fine. They're all gone. There you go. Yep. They need to ask for new calculator for Thanksgiving. You don't want to give it to them for Christmas. Right next to that -3. Now what happened to that +1? Is it right there? Now make sure you put -1 up. Yeah. Wouldn't be that one, because we're perpendicular.
Yeah.
So you'd use what?
That's a lot.
You'd flip it
Okay.
and use the opposite.
Oh, so
-3/4. Okay, negative 3/4. Okay, 29. Alright, so -1.
Yeah, I tried that.
Okay. Alright, now, since it's perpendicular, you don't use the
See,
same
like, see,
slope.
like,
You use the
plus.
same
Yeah,
slope.
you found it.
What do you think? What can we use? What do we write down for perpendicular lines?
Which one? Totally got in the sense that.
That's a positive, you do that.
We're trying to measure something.
Should be negative 3/4.
So people can study. It's not that long. This thing. Drag. We charge it every
We're just setting up
See you guys. Did you put your stuff back? Alright, so when you do that, you're gonna get negative 3/4 x and then negative 3/4 times 4. You no longer have parentheses after you distribute that. That's a -2, you put 1/2, and 4, and add 1. Yeah, that's right, maybe. Wait. This is my, you're gonna subtract. Subtract this. That's gonna stay minus 3/4. So you can get back on.
I thought I knew
Because it's in the middle, so we go either way.
There's one question where you need to know the oxidation number.
You get your homework done, then you can go back down to Mrs. Flella. But if you don't have it done, I'm gonna just write you a pass on my room. I got a concern about your overall grade. I don't want it to go too low.
I just asked you to elaborate with calculus for us.